hub, and yeah, I've had one of them already on, one of the Gilheaneys. Now I've got the proper one. Do I say that?
Yeah, the good-looking one.
I've got Michael Gilheaney. How you doing, Michael?
Very good, thank you. Very good. Pleasure to be
Obviously,
on.
Pleasure to have you on, mate. Absolute pleasure. I've heard stories, I've heard all sorts, but the main thing I've heard is what a family man, a top guy, someone who's always got the back of his family, just such a support.
Oh, family always comes first. That's all a man's really got in life is his family.
Yeah. And I think you learn that more as you get older, don't you?
You learn how to appreciate it more with age, don't you?
Yeah. No, definitely. But before we get into talking about you then, you said it before we went on air. Obviously, the massive fight this past weekend, Zhang and Joyce. What a scrap. Zhang, he's got some power, hasn't he?
Oh, good man. He's no fool, definitely not.
No, he's
certainly one to look out for, I think.
Yeah, do you reckon? Do you think he's the next problem?
I bet from Tyson Fury, I reckon him and Wilder would be. I still reckon he'd beat Wilder.
Yeah. What do you reckon about Usyk?
I reckon he'd beat Usyk too.
Fury?
Daniel DeBar, I don't think that was a low blow.
No.
I reckon Daniel DeBar beat him.
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? Because I suppose in the heat of the moment, the ref's got to make a call, isn't he? And he did what he thought.
Been on the blind side, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think there's two ways to look at Joyce and Zhang. It's either Joyce is not as good as we thought he was, or Zhang is like the proper man. He's the proper piece, like.
So what do you reckon then, Michael? Fury, Zhang.
I reckon Zhang would beat him. Tyson Fury would beat him, but I don't think it'd be a walk in the park. It'd be a very good fight.
Yeah. I think you've got two technical boxers, both with, everyone used to laugh about Fury saying pillow fists and all the rest of it, but he's shown his mettle against Wilder.
He's got power and he's got power.
But now we've met Zhang, who's got it in bundles, I think, and height-wise as well, quality.
Well, he's the same size as Tyson Fury, isn't he? Southpaw, 20 stone. It'd be a good fight.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. Would Fury want it, do you think? Do you think Fury wants it?
I don't think so at this stage of his career, do you?
You want to go out
Would you really want a dangerous fight like that when you can fight, what do you call him? Ngannou.
Oh, Ngannou. To be fair, on to Jake Paul next, mate, I think is the...
I don't blame him. You can't blame the man, can you?
You'd take the money, wouldn't you? Especially when you've got a family, as you say, family first. You got to think like that.
He's a businessman as well, not just a fighter, isn't it?
Yeah. Definitely,
it's all right to be a boxer, but what about after the boxing ends? That's the problem. And he's clever. He's always a step ahead.
But Michael, we're going to talk about proper fighters now.
Yeah.
You've been fighting, is it fair to say, pretty much your whole life?
My whole life, yeah. Literally since 5-year-old. Since I can ever remember.
When did you have your first actual fight?
Which, in the ring or outside?
Should we go outside? I think that's
outside. I'd say about all the time up and down the side, literally. Well, gypsy children, we never stop fighting. I'd say 4 or 5-year-olds had to be. I remember the first time I went back to my mother. I don't know, it could have been about 6-year-old. I had a busted nose. I went back, obviously crying and all that. She said, I said, Mommy, my nose. But do you know if you don't get back out, she said, and sort it out yourself, I'll give you twice as much hiding. Straight back out, and then I won. It was easier to get beat by him than Mommy.
The fear of mum, innit?
Yeah, that was it. And after that day, I never complained again.
Did you just have literally the bug then? Do you I know you.
It was my brother.
Kind of been surrounded by
my father could fight.
Family.
My uncles could fight. I grew up in a fighting family. And my brother Jimmy, Jimmy's a real good boxer. And when he was younger, he'd done everything, like winning titles, like amateur titles and stuff like that. And I always wanted to be a boxer like Jimmy. And then all the brothers, we just all grew up boxing, fighting, sparring one another. So it was good. I was 6 brothers.
God blimey, yeah. So you've been well looked after as well, to be fair.
Jimmy's looked after as well.
Yeah. That's one family you don't. Do you know what I mean? But so when did you make it into the ring then? When did that change for you?
Well, 9-year-old I went in the ring. 9-year-old. I started training. We was in Enzo Macronelli's gym, old Mario Macronelli.
Quality.
We trained with him. He was brilliant, though. Mario he was a brilliant trainer. Strict, real strict man. About 9-year-old, must be 9 or 10. My first fight. I had 34 fights. I lost 4, and I won 17 by stoppage.
And so how old were you during that time frame?
Only from about 9 till about 14 or 15 was my last fight.
Yeah, and you only lost 4.
I only lost 4, yeah. And I was fighting, when I was a young boy, I was fighting at 82 kilos, 83 kilos. So I had big boys to fight.
Yeah, yeah. And you think during that age, though, you still haven't, like, I know they say the phrase, don't they? You don't get your man strength, do you? Till you
I was still a boy. I was only a little boy, wasn't I?
Yeah.
I always could hit, though. I always had good power.
Yeah, yeah. I have seen some videos, I'm not going to lie.
I have always had good power. Then I got married when I was about 17-year-old. And literally that just chucked a spanner in the works for the boxing. Then children started coming along and then kept working. Then I was going to get back into boxing. There's one thing after another, never got back in the ring. I've had a few white collar fights, but just mostly stayed outside. And after that,
is that something? Not as a regret, because obviously you had your wife and your family. Do you know what I mean? But
I regret it. I do regret it, except from my wife and family. Like, obviously, I don't regret that, but I really do regret it every day. I wish I could go back and do it again.
So, are you still? I say this in a nice. Are you still fighting now, Michael?
Still fighting, yeah. It's the bare knuckle.
So where? Because obviously we've had the birth of BKB and BKFC and all this sort of stuff that's now going televised, and there's a real buzz around it. You're still going the bloody raw route, should we say?
We're only family men, but we only fight if we get challenged, you know what I mean? Look, we don't cause trouble, but we'd never back down from a fight. That's the kind of thing. If somebody knocks my door, get out for a fight, then he's got to fight.
Is it literally like that? Is it literally?
That's the way it is, yeah, in the troubles.
God, how does your wife cope, Michael?
Not very well. Between me and the kids, she's gone mad.
That's mad, isn't it? So do your kids, how old are your kids, Michael?
My Michael's 13 now. He's in Enzo Macronelli's gym now.
Oh, superb.
My youngest is 2. She's having another one.
Congratulations.
Thanks, mate. The oldest is about 20. All steps and stairs, loads of them. But
so have they all followed? Have they all followed you?
He liked boxing, but he didn't really stick at it. But my younger boy now, Michael, he's 13. He loves boxing.
Yeah, yeah.
He loves it. He's doing it all the time. He's fighting on the 9th of October. He's only his first fight. He's just getting into it now.
Yeah. It's just so fascinating because unless you're living that life or you've been brought up in that lifestyle, you know, that culture, it's totally alien.
From outside looking in at a gypsy life, it's just, you wouldn't like it. But to actually grow up in the community as a gypsy in a site, it's brilliant. It is brilliant. Everyone looks out for one another. And then we have a fight. There's no police or nothing like that. They just have a fight, shake hands, better man wins. Good luck to him. Job done.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone's mates till you get a knock at the door.
Yeah. And then we can be mates afterwards. We go to the pub for a pint.
Well, I think that's the beauty of it. Even like with the televised stuff, though.
Yeah.
Guys go to war, and it's the same with just boxing on a pro circuit. You're fighting. It's business. It's not a personal vendetta.
It's only a sport, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
You've got, unless they pull a weapon to you, see, outside, you just got to class it like a sport. It's only a fight.
So who's been your toughest?
Men don't want to hurt you. It's only a fight. They just want your name. That's all.
Who's been your toughest then, Michael, or dare you say?
My toughest fight was when I was about 24-year-old. I fought a man. He wasn't a traveller. He was an ex-pit fighter. I fought him, and from Gilheaney he was. They call him Insane Sean or something. What was his name? Insane, something like that it was called. He was insane as well. He was a hard fighter. Believe me, he was. We fought for about 35 minutes. Shot for shot, though. I mean, I was a better boxer than him, but he was tough. I mean, he was as tough as old boots. I hit him with everything. Hit him with everything. And I tell you, I didn't ever knock him out. It was only fitness that got him at the end. Just weighed him down. He was literally like hitting a piece of steel.
So how's it work then? How's the sport work then, Michael? Are you built into rounds? How's it work?
No, we just fight until one man quits. That's it.
So you went for 35 minutes.
35 minutes straight, yeah.
Punching each other as hard as you could, doing your
no
thing.
Rest, no rest. One man gives in, he's bet. That's it.
That's mental endurance, though.
We've been over an hour. My brother Jimmy fought for an hour and 45 minutes.
But that's like, how do you train to get that level of endurance?
Just unbelievable. You got to train like an animal. You literally have to stand for an hour and a half. It's a long time. It doesn't feel that hard outside, though. You know, inside the ring, 3 rounds is like it's like a lifetime. But outside, it's slower. It's it's the hard ground. I think it is. It don't take your energy so much.
Yeah. Like I only did white collar, like you were talking about. I had to go like a white collar fight. And do you know what? I think we trained for, I think it was like 8-9 weeks, and I was knackered. And that was like what, 3 2-minute rounds. And it's amazing when you do look at these people like Zhang, Fury, that to carry all that weight as well, to do it for the length of time they do it is incredible.
Tyson Fury, he's got really good fitness here, hasn't he?
It's not human, is it?
It's unbelievable stamina for the size of him.
But it's that, like with Fury, maybe it is that gypsy blood. You're born to fight. You just do it.
You look at his relatives, like Bartley Gorman, his father, John Fury. Them men will fight all day. They will literally fight all day. Them men will.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. And we met a friend like of you. Like we met Paddy.
Yeah.
And he's a character, isn't he? Oh,
he's
Paddy.
a nice man, he is.
He's good as gold, he was.
Lovely fella, isn't he?
Nuts, but good as gold.
He's a good fighter as well, you know. He was a hell of a boy back in his day.
Yeah, and you could imagine. Do you know what I mean? He's still got that aura around him.
Paddy's still a strong man now, but he was literally like a piece of steel back in the day. Paddy was.
Yeah.
Strong, really strong. The older schools, there's no quitting them. They don't know how to quit, do they? They just keep going. But I think the modern generation, there's a bit of snowflakes, I think.
Would you have loved to have challenged some of the guys back in the day, though? Is there like? Do you ever?
I would have liked to fought that man. I'm not really sure of his name. Is it Larry McLean or something? Is it McLean?
Oh yeah. McLean.
Like
he was nuts, wasn't he?
He was a madman. I'd have loved to fought him though.
Yeah.
I would like to fight him.
I just honestly, I think of. I'm like late home from work sometimes, like for half an hour, and my wife goes, "God, I hope he's all right." And yet you get a knock at the door saying, "Right, let's go for a fight." Your wife, as I say, must be absolutely ripping her hair out.
Oh yeah. When you go for a fight, there's like 3 or 4 of you jumps in a car 6 in the morning, and you're gone, and she don't know anything until after the fight. Was she in the gypsy community as well then? Yes.
So she's kind of been brought up around everything as well.
Yeah, she knows the crack. She knew before she took me. She knew I was a fighter. I just can't help it.
I was going to say I'd love to see the in-laws' face when you walk in and she goes.
And the in-laws is quiet. They're quiet people.
Yeah. So how many? So are you all still fighting? All the brothers? Because I know there's brothers, cousins, uncles.
Outside, yeah, not in the ring. All the boys. I got 2 nephews now turning pro on the 14th. My nephew Willie and my nephew Jimmy. The 2 of them turning pro on the 14th of next month. Then all the younger boys are starting to they come into the box that turning pro. They're not old enough yet to get the pro, you mean? I heard my nephew Thomas, Willie's brother, he's turning pro. Don't know how true it is, but he's really exciting to watch. He is.
Yeah. Because I obviously met Willie like a couple of months ago, and he's a real class act and just a real gent, isn't he? And I can see that with all of you. I can see that with all of you.
Really lovely boy, yes.
But he's and I know you're really close, the 2 of you, and
we've done some rounds together. He keeps bullying me.
Yeah, I do you know what? I'd love to see your sparring sessions with people because it must just. I know, as you say, your family. A lot of it's in house, isn't it?
Me and my brother Jimmy. If it was recorded and put on, it's better than some of the fights you see on the telly. Literally, we don't hold back when we're training. It's a fight.
So, can people actually watch your fights? Do they ever get broadcast, or is it just a case of?
Years ago, we didn't put it on. Daddy wouldn't let us put nothing on the internet, nothing at all. He was like a strict man, you mean? But now if you fight, I put it on myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to listen like a fool, and I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't record it. No.
Yeah. I think because now I think they've just brought out. I've got a mate Dorian Darch who was obviously pro boxer, went into BKB, and now he does King of the Streets, which is another big thing that's now kicking off.
He can have a go, see. Well, Christian, I can't remember his last name. Christian in Spartan Bareknuckle, he wanted me to fight in his like pit fighting. I was going to have a go at that. I tried that out. It's only in the bales of hay. They fight in the bales of hay to do.
Yeah.
I reckon I'd be made for that though. Like quick knockout, short, stocky.
There's definitely nothing short about you, Michael. There's how tall are you?
About 6'1".
Yeah, all right. You're taking the piss now, mate.
Something like that. 6'1".
I'm only 5'7", so do you know what I mean? It's. But no, we've got a couple of people coming in. Daniel Francis, time for Team Gladiator coming up. Michael is Willie's uncle. Bloody brilliant, says Peaky Blinder. There's people. Willie is taking over the game. Do you know what? That wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. I think when you mix that mentality of Gypsy with the dedication that he's got, he's going to be a different level, I think, isn't he? Willie's
a different level boxer. Willie is. He's been more schooled than we was years ago. I mean, because my brother Jimmy was already a good boxer when Willie was born, and then he already showed him more than what we learned when we were younger. I mean, and he's schooled different. He is. Willie's a hell of. You'll see it. He'll do well. He will. I reckon he'll be a spectacular knockout. He's got devastating power and fast hands. Will he have?
But I'm sure you'll be at some of the fights and cheering him on along the way.
Oh, I'll be there. I won't miss it. Definitely.
You'll be in the corner, trying not to get in there.
You gotta be in you. I'll be more nervous than him.
I think that's the thing, though, with family, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's out of your control, isn't it? There's nothing you can do about it.
But yeah, so what's next for you then, Michael? Are you fighting again soon?
I might just stick that with a white collar, and then hopefully I get a good knock at the door for about 50 grand and get it on.
What sort of money do you get then?
Well, you can get any money you want. It's what they want to pay, innit? 100 grand, 50 grand. My highest fight I had was 100 grand.
Oh, yeah.
It was 100 grand a piece, though. If you lose 100 grand. Obviously, it wasn't just my 100 grand. All the brothers and the family chipped in, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You only put a $5 down.
It was only a $5 of my money. I didn't give a lot.
It's like everyone chip in. It's 100 grand a pot. I'll put you 20 quid down.
I won that one because I would have been walking home.
God, and did you win that fight?
I won that fight, yeah.
Bloody hell. So then they're the days where your missus goes, well done.
Yeah, I'm good then. I get my dinner that time.
Yeah. So what's been your, obviously that's got to be your best win coming home with that sort of money.
It is, yeah.
What's been your worst loss? What's been the worst time for you?
My worst time? Oof. Aside from fighting, it was when my boy Michael was little. When he was born, he had bronchiolitis. That's another thing ruined the train as well. He was 2 weeks in intensive care. And they gave him up to die, fetched me in the room, told me he was going to die. And I was crying. The doctor, he said, there's nothing we can do about it. Just walked out. Really cheeky. But thank God the 2 doctors got him and he come back. And then about a week later, he caught meningitis, coccal meningitis. And then he was in hospital again. And then thank God, then the doctors caught it fast enough and he was perfect. So it was good. But it was a really hard time to go through. That was really hard time.
And this is a thing we just don't know what's around the corner in life, do we? And I think as blokes we try to hold it, and like we've seen a lot recently. Obviously, the big statements that are coming out now about mental health, especially in men. I think.
Well, my brother Bucky, he passed away 6 years ago. Coming up now, me and my brother Bucky was literally like twins. We were literally inseparable. I could literally say what he was going to say before he could even say it. Not like that kind of closeness. And he just like sudden death. We don't even know how he died. Just one of them things. He left 5 children behind. 35-year-old he was.
How old was he? Sorry, Michael.
35.
35. So you think I'm 37?
That was a hell of a knock to the family. That was.
Yeah, I think any fight any death in the family is hard, but when there is no answers, when there's no
answer. There's no answer. See, it makes it worse, don't it? Like, why? What happened to him? He wasn't a drinker, didn't take drugs. There was no excuse for it. Like, don't know what happened to him.
I think it makes you fight harder, though, doesn't it? It makes you,
it does.
Makes you want to do it for him as well.
When he's beside me, no one can beat me. That's the way I look at it. And he's always with me. I know he is.
Yeah, 100%, mate. And it's people are still. You have to go over and do some sparring. My brother's put, sod that. My brother's is the big one in the family. So if anyone wants to spar, Michael, would you spar my brother? I'd happily put him up for a bit of sparring.
No problem. Yeah, send him down.
Where are you based, Michael?
South Wales.
Okay.
Swansea. Pyle I'm in, but the boys are in Swansea. But that's where I train, in Swansea.
Yeah. We're in Essex, so I can always drive him over. That's never a problem.
Down. As long as he's not too big. If he's big, he can spar me and Jimmy.
Yeah. I think he's about. He'll probably send me a message, but he's about 6'1", I think. So you're sitting around the same.
Yeah, so it'll be even, won't it?
Yeah, exactly. I'd be up for watching that. But
no problem.
Yeah, but yeah, a question that came up the other day. Before I let you go, mate. Honestly, it's been lovely having you on. Heavyweight, obviously the heavyweights that have stolen the show again after the Zhang fight. But obviously these guys aren't getting any younger now. You know, the likes of Zhang, 40. You look at Fury, he's not getting any younger. Joe Joyce, he could be on the edge of retirement, personally.
I think he's done, I do mean myself.
Yeah. Usyk. There's a lot of guys that are now, the clock's ticking. Chisora, Takam, Joshua, he's even in that bracket almost.
Fury, they're all ticking, isn't they? Yeah. The 35, 36, they're going on, but the minute they get like 40 odd, it's over for them, isn't it, really?
Who's going to be the next guy, do you think?
The next heavyweight. I tell you what, I like that new boy coming up. He was fighting on the undercard. He's 18-year-old. He wants to be the
one that's chasing
Mike Tyson's
record.
I tell you what, he looks good.
Yeah. He's a proper old school style fighter, isn't he?
He just sharp he was. He's 6'4", 18-year-old.
Yeah.
He could be one to look out for. I reckon Zhang. If Tyson Fury retires, I reckon that Zhang will be the next man for a while. Because even though he's nearly 40, he's still fresh. I think he's all excited. He's excited to get in the spotlight, isn't he?
That's the more intriguing fight for Fury, I think, is Fury Zhang in China. You think how much money would be up?
A big fight. I reckon that a fight that'd be a good fight, but I think Fury could beat him.
I think you need to get on the undercard for that one, mate. Surely you've got connections somewhere.
I'll have Jake Paul on the undercard.
I think everyone would love you to have Jake Paul on the undercard, to be honest.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
There you go. My brother's come back. 6'1", 16 stone.
No problem. We'll have him.
I'll send you the details after, Michael, and you can have a chat with him.
No problem.
But honestly, mate, Willie spoke to me the other day, and he just said, I'm going to say it again, Michael's one of the nicest guys, closest, quality family, family first all the time, and he's just one of those guys that's had his back since day one. And he's not wrong, Michael. He's not wrong.
100% family. I've always got my family's back. Even the ones that don't like me, I still love them.
That's it.
Family.
You can't pick them, mate. You can't pick them.
Obviously, 100%.
But no, honestly, you're a top bloke. And as I say, stay in touch, won't you? And
I will do, yeah.
If you do get a knock at the door and you get an opportunity coming down our Essex way, if you travel, I don't know how far you travel or whether it's just on your front door. Let us know.
I'll go anywhere if the money's right.
What's the furthest you've been?
We fought, and me and Jimmy fought in Scotland.
Okay.
So Scotland, when we was younger boys. I think that's about the furthest we went, Scotland. But I'd go anywhere. If the money's right, I go to America. Anyway.
Well,
it's all about the money. My time's ticking too. I'm not getting any younger.
How old are you, Michael?
37 now.
See, same age as me, and we look so similar. Do you know what I mean? It's so uncanny.
You look better than me. I've had a hard life.
Mate, I haven't been punched as much as you, and you still look better than me. But honestly, thank you very much. As I say, my wife will be over the moon because she'll probably just want you to send her a voice note. As you said, she'll probably ping a number over.
No problem.
No, it's all good. Honestly, Michael, thank you very much for coming on. And,
no problem. Thank you for having me.
Love to the family as well. I know you've got some good stuff going on at your end as well. So, yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, mate.
No problem, mate. God bless. Thanks for having me.
And you. And I'll speak to you soon. Thanks, Michael.
No look after yourself.
Thank you.
I don't know how to get off this ring.
I'll sort it out, mate. I'll sort it out. But, yeah, thank you very much, Michael. As I say, hit the subscribe button, people. Check out the rest of the content. And, yeah, Michael's the one to follow. Catch up with him. There's clips of him on YouTube as well. And there's some very interesting dancing I saw as well. With,
I still got the moves. I still got the moves.
But no, honestly, mate, thank you very much. And I'll see you soon.
No problem. God bless you, all right? Look after yourself.
Take care.
Ta-ra, man.